Alright battlers, welcome back to part 2 of our Ferocious Cup stress test. Guys, we are taking a new trio with 2 of the same Pokemon, but we're changing the lead. For this episode, we are leading with the mighty Donphan. I do have my safe switch Linoone behind it, and then Minun in the back for that electric coverage. Going into game 1 against our friend SunnyCheese yet again. In our game 1, I'm going to lead Donphan into that Suicune, and obviously this is not great for me. I go right for my safe swap, which is Linoone. He's going to fire off a charge move here. I know he only got a few snarls, so I'm expecting the Bubble Beam, and that's what it is. He did nerf my Linoone though, so this is going to affect the Umbreon matchup. Even though I have an energy lead, this is not a great position for me to be in. I do fire off my second Grass Knot because those Shadow Claws did add up. Maybe here I could have gone for the Thunder because I had the extra energy. I don't know. I'm not sure which one would be better. He's going to fire off a charge move here, and he's gained a ton of energy, so he's actually going to go for a double charge move and negate the Grass Knot that we just got to. So not great for us. I do bring in my Donphan though, and these counters are going to do great work against Umbreon. Donphan is a great generalist. I did a spotlight video on him a couple days ago. If you'd like to check that out, I will leave the link to the video at the end of this video. In comes that Suicune as expected. I'm going to fire off the Heavy Slam here, and I actually stay in just to see what he would do, see how he reacts. We are still practicing, and I know he'll win this matchup, but I just wanted to see how he would play it. He does fire off the Bubble Beam, so my Donphan is super nerfed now. I do fire off the Heavy Slam, and we earn the shield, which is great for us. I actually let Donphan fall, and that's where my mistake was. I resisted the fast swap back into Minun because I didn't want to get trapped against a ground type, and look at this. It's going to end up that way anyway. He brought a very balanced team, Umbreon, Suicune, and a ground type Sandslash in the back. So we are going to pay for that. We already gave we give both of our shields to Minun, but it can't do much against the Sandslash. Even with Swift, I don't think this is an excellent matchup for it at all. We are going to shield that, fighting till the very end, but this one Bulldoze is going to end the game for us, and SunnyCheese takes round 1. Jumping into round 2, I will lead that Donphan right into that Alolan Ninetales. Those charms are going to hurt so badly that I'm only comfortable getting off the one Heavy Slam, because if I stay in much longer, he's actually going to be able to charm us down. So I do swap into my safe swap Linoone, and out comes the Umbreon. We aren't Bubble Beamed, we aren't nerfed this time, so this is a pure matchup. I do have, I think, 1 or 2 Shadow Claws energy lead on him, so I'm actually going to allow this attack through. Again, I'm trying to line up my Donphan towards that Umbreon, but I'm willing to get as much damage in on the Umbreon as I possibly can. We are going to get to a third Grass Knot, which is really good. If he doesn't shield this, he will fall. And actually, it's very, very close. Sorry, excuse me. He actually gets off his move, which is the foul play to bring us down. So he wins that in the end, but I do bring in my Donphan here. And as you can see, Donphan's already a little less than half health, so not an excellent situation. I make the fast swap into Minun here, and I think if I can drain both of these shields, or excuse me, the remaining shield with Minun, I can bring in that Donphan, and Donphan can clean up with the Heavy Slam, as long as there's not a water type in the back. So Minun is actually not going to be able to pull it out for me there. It does fall, and the counters are not going to be very effective against Alolan Ninetales either. And this is probably one of the biggest downsides of the counters. We are able to bring down that Sandslash, and then we fire off the Earthquake, but this bulky water type Suicune is going to take that and then finish us with Snarls. For the third match, I will lead, surprise, Donphan right into Raichu. So Alolan Raichu does have that Grass Knot coverage you do have to watch out for. I swap into my Linoone here to get off some Shadow Claws against it. I probably could have waited a little bit longer to swap, maybe give Donphan a shield, but in comes that Alolan Ninetales, and we go straight for the Thunder. This is going to do a little bit more damage than the Grass Knot would. In hindsight, I probably should have gone double Grass Knot. I think that's probably the right move in that matchup. But hey, we're still learning. He is going to fire off a few more charms against Donphan, but we get off the Heavy Slam. I was trying to prevent him from getting off a move. I know Ice Beam would devastate ground type Donphan, so we achieved that goal. I know the Grass Knot's coming here, so I do shield, and I actually decided to stay in with Donphan a little while longer and then swap into Minun to absorb this attack. It is Grass Knot, which takes about half of Minun's health, which is pretty devastating, all things considered. In comes Nidoqueen, and I have to play this very, very carefully in order to win. He does have 2 shields, though, so it's going to be a very challenging setup because that Donphan is already pretty weak. At this point, SunnyCheese has figured out what I'm doing. I did tell him we were doing some stress testing, and he is basically building squads to beat me, and he's doing that very well. He knows how to compose teams, and I definitely think you should note the groups of 3 that he brings against my squad. So if you see a Donphan, a Plusle, and a Linoone on an opposing team, maybe these are some lines of 3 that you can consider, just like he did. So we lead that Donphan into the Sand Slash, and again, he's giving me great looks with different leads. I'm going to work up some energy here. I don't know how this matchup goes. I'm going to shield the Bulldoze though, and I've got a ton of stored energy. In comes Linoone. And I'm comfortable allowing this attack through. I think Linoone can take this. It is an Earthquake, so it hurts pretty badly. He does swap into that Alola Ninetales. I know I've got a Heavy Slam ready on Donphan, but he does still have 2 shields. So I bring in Donphan. I'm trying to eat that first shield, and he allows it through, which means he is double investing in the Suicune. And again, he's not switch locked here, so he can swap out if I bring in my Minun. Not a good situation for me. I bring in my Minun here, and he does have the 2 shields, so he's comfortable staying in. I think he wants to bubble beam me here and then dip into his other Pokemon, so I'm not going to shield. And it was the Bubble Beam, so he does want to nerf and then dump. He's going to go into that Sand Slash. I feel like here I still have a slight chance, but with that shield in the way, it's still going to be tough. I'm going to protect my Minun here, trying to burn this shield. I look for the swap, but the switch timer is not ready for me yet. I fire off this discharge. He does shield it, which is great. So it opens the window for the Heavy Slam here, which is excellent. Guys, we might bring this back. I'm fighting against this Suicune here. I get to the Heavy Slam, which is great. It's not very effective, but I need the chip damage. I think I can counter him down possibly. He does fire off a charge move. Guys, we might do it. He's going to burn his energy here and fire off a few more snarls. I bring in my Minun here. I know he's close to a move. He's going to fire off a move. If it's Bubble Beam, we have a chance. Hydro Pump. SunnyCheese, masterful Suicune play. I definitely recommend maybe running this video back a couple of times to see how he does it. I've been watching this constantly to try and learn. Suicune's my favorite legendary beast. I'd love to use it in my team, but I need to find a place for it first. Anyway, guys, if you enjoyed this stress test footage, I'm going to upload both of these videos together as one, so you can watch the long version or you can watch the 2 separately if you just want a shorter video. If you like the shorter videos, let me know in the comments. If you prefer longer videos, let me know in the comments. Either way, I really appreciate you watching. I hope you enjoyed the footage. Please like, comment, and subscribe as always. And if you saw something useful here, maybe share it with your friends. It would mean a lot to me. Thank you, and I will see you in the next one.